Are we live?
I hope. I'm double
I
checking just to be
I also
certain.
hope I'm alive.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. Yep, looks like we're up and ready to go.
All right, cool. Imagine I'm playing a really fucking sick drum intro. Yeah, that.
Yeah, exactly that.
Except I'm going like 300 BPM on the double kick drum.
Playing through the fire and
We
the flames on a double kick
we
drum.
we call that the old infant annihilator.
Ladies
Did
and
you miss me?
gentlemen, welcome to a very special episode. Wait, no, we're calling this one an act.
An
Act,
act.
yeah, Act 16 or Act XVI if you don't know how to read of the GamerZone. Ugh.
The triumphant return. Well, last time I was here, wasn't it for like someone's wedding?
I think so. Yeah, I
Because I
think
think you streamed it.
yeah,
Whose
yeah,
wed was it Matt's?
yeah. It was Matt's e-wedding last time
Oh, that's
that
right. Okay.
yeah,
You
last
have to
time we were on the
you'll have
stream.
to forgive me. I was most likely drunk.
More
Um,
than most likely. Most definitely.
yeah. Listen, it's a wedding. Okay, what do
I'm
you
I mean I'm
expect me to do?
I'm not condemning you. I mean,
That's true.
I'm just
I
stating
can
facts.
I can feel our viewers condemning me though, all like 3 million of them, because that's what
Yeah.
happened after like I left, right? We got really popular.
Right. After
Okay.
you left, we got like really popular.
Okay.
We got sponsored by these really reputable guys. They call themselves Raid Bug Spray.
Oh. Oh, I thought you were going with Shadow Legends. I was like, hey, getting the big bucks, but never mind.
No, we don't get the big bugs. We do get big bugs, and
I
we
was,
spray them with
I
our
the
with our
second I said it,
Raid.
I was like, that's where that's gonna go. Fuck's sake. Ugh. I've been meaning to be back earlier, but consistent scheduling issues
Right,
have been
and
consistent. I don't know where I was gonna go with that sentence, but it worked out in the end, I think. I
yeah,
hacked my way through it.
yeah, yeah,
Jury rigged it.
yeah. We'll go with that. Oh man, yeah, no, it's like every single time that we're gonna get together, it was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great, and then like something happened. Like on the
hmm
weeks where you were available, something happened. We couldn't have the show.
Be like, oh yeah, like having a shit day,
Hmm.
X happened outside of the parameters of our Discord. Is it
Hmm.
cool if we take the night off and
Hmm.
shit like that?
Hmm. Yeah, but here we are. Yeah, second podcast in a week because you know what? I make the rules, and the rules I make are made to be bent
Yeah.
and broken. And I don't think they're rules actually. I think they're more like moderate guidelines.
Like, you could follow these if you want, but like we're not
Yeah.
gonna make you.
What do you think I am? A cop?
God.
Thankfully not. Anyways, moving on.
The
As
GamerZone, notorious friends of the police department. Support our boys in blue. That's me because I'm wearing a blue shirt.
But the show's purple tonight, Scott.
No, but I mean me physically right now.
Oh, well, okay, fine. Oh man. But yeah, no, we're just out here vibing tonight. Just the two of
Yeah,
us.
a beautiful duet.
Yeah, beautiful duet.
Just a couple talking about things that are specific to like us
Hmm.
and basically
Yeah.
nobody else.
Right. That's the thing, and it's like, um, I could try my best, to like, I could take like Matt and Jordan and like pull them away from a literal, actual, real life wedding now, and be
Right,
like,
yeah, you said that was what was happening.
yeah, they're going to like friend's wedding and bachelor party, not in that order.
I remember that too. That was pretty good. Congrats on getting married, bro. Now you're single again. Time to party twice.
But I could pull them away from that and be like, "Hey guys, do you want to talk about Dragon's Dogma?"
And they would be like, oh no, Jordan would be like, yeah, I guess. And everybody else in our server hasn't played it. Well, Dean played it
Yeah, Dean played
actually,
it. Yeah, Dean
but
played
Dean
it.
is currently a goblin and cannot see the light. and so he's not here to talk about it.
Sadly.
Sadly, yes.
The last time that Dean messaged me was this morning. He just sent me a message of a screenshot of a cowboy in Team Fortress 2 who was named Looking for Small Dads. That was the last that I've heard from him.
That is so on brand. It kind of hurts.
Dean has a very specific brand, and I am not about to knock it.
Yeah, that's good. You got to have a brand. You just, it might be a little more difficult to market than some other ones.
Yeah, just a
You just
just a
gotta
hair.
just gotta put in the legwork.
Yeah,
The
you
little
just
itty
gotta put the
bitty
legwork in.
little goblin legs,
Little goblin legs,
little creature.
looking for dads, looking for small dads.
Fuck. I saw a screen cap. It wasn't from him, but it was like it was on in like Team Fortress 2. Someone's name was like, "Okay, Google, I just shit myself."
You
And
know,
he found some.
you are definitely triggering somebody's Google Home right now, Scott. Congratulations.
I always forget people actually use those,
Yeah,
and like I always think they're like
I've
a
got one set up
novelty.
downstairs. I
Oh man.
Yeah, no, it's I on it. I mean, it's kind of nice. I mean, I just kind of kick back and you know,
Well, like the
listen to
people
the
I know
headlines.
that have them, like it does seem convenient. I don't know. I know like three people with them, and then everything else is just like memes like that.
Mm. Yeah, the thing about my Google Home, for me at least, is I got mine for free. And it's air quotes free because, I mean, it's absolutely like a 100% case of if you're not the customer, you're the product.
Right.
It's like they don't give those to you out of the goodness of their heart. They give those to you because they're going to sell your information. Sorry to break it to you, bud.
Woo! Real world.
Yep.
Enjoy your stay.
I
Or at
don't
least
enjoy
attempt
my
to.
stay in the real world.
And that's why we're here.
That's why we're
Bam.
here in the gamer zone. Just out here gaming.
Yeah, totally. We're gaming right now. I
Yeah.
was gaming 10 minutes ago. I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's a goddamn shame.
Right. Yeah, it's Dragon Age past origins in general is a real shame.
Yeah. Like they all do things that I think are cool, but none of them are actually like good except for Origins, which
Right.
is like genuinely fucking sick the whole way through.
Yeah, yeah, and like, well, I mean, like, you have to also consider like the amount of development time that went into each one of the games. Like, Dragon Age Origins was in development for like, I want to say 8 years. There's like screenshots of it
Damn.
that were made for like the original Xbox and then for the 360, and it looked like an entirely different game. But they spent 8 years writing that out.
And somewhere along the way, someone read fucking A Song of Ice and Fire, and they were like, "This is good shit." Because that's like that's basically what the initial plot is, but like
Basically,
not like word for word, obviously,
yeah.
but just that like the Grey Wardens are literally just like the Night's Watch.
Okay, but also hear me out. The Grey Wardens are also just a stand-in for Jedi.
Yeah, they could be Jedi as well. Like, okay, obviously, there's a lot of influences, but it's still super fucking good.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a great game. Though I did also find it really funny that like for every single one of BioWare's good games, they also follow roughly the same plot. There's like a chart somebody made out there of like everything from like the original Baldur's Gate onwards. And it's like you have your heroic good guy faction that's different from everybody else. You've got the Jedi, the Grey Wardens, and then there was an equivalent in one of their old Infinity Engine games, I think. Um, and then in Mass Effect, it's the Spectres. Um,
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember what else there was. I don't really know much BioWare pre KOTOR. I'm gonna be honest here.
That's fine. Like, like
I
that's
like
a pretty good starting point.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And though I do like old CRPGs, I just haven't gotten around to Baldur's Gate, which is weird because it
It's
is the
rough.
it's rough, yeah, but it's the granddaddy of them all.
Especially Baldur's Gate 1. Baldur's Gate 1 is fucking rough. And
Mm.
it's really funny to go back to because even I played it before and even going back to it like I don't know 6 months ago. I don't know. I was probably on one of these episodes being like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing the old CRPGs again because I played Pathfinder." whatever. And I went back to Baldur's Gate 1 and like one of my party members immediately just got mauled by a bear and died. And I was like, that's right. You can kind of just roll badly.
Oh man. I mean,
But
it's
they're
true,
good.
true to the material. True to the
Oh yeah,
material.
absolutely. Like to its detriment, but
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
to
That's
like
the
a
thing.
specific subset of person, me, it's pretty good.
Which that reminds me, I didn't put it in the notes that we were talking about, like just like some general like CRPG talk.
Yeah.
Because I have been playing Wasteland 3. The short version is it's really good.
Hmm.
It also is not held back by dated design decisions, which Wasteland 2, by all means, I would say was.
Right.
And I
Yeah, I did not really enjoy my time with Wasteland 2, and I love that kind of shit.
right, right. And, well, the thing about Wasteland 2 is that like Wasteland 2 is still pretty jank. Um,
Hmm.
they had a good deal of Kickstarter funding, though I don't remember if like it was like bare minimum of what they wanted or if they went really over. But then you also have to ask yourself, well, okay, did things turn out to cost more than they thought it would? Um,
Hmm.
because end of day, Wasteland 2 is a video game. It's fine. I don't
It's a
have a
video game
personal
that
issue with it,
exists.
but it's still just as janky as a lot of older In Exile titles were. And I really do feel like the Microsoft buyout was what got them to be able to like fully polish things up.
Hmm.
Because like after the buyout, they got the definitive edition of Bard's Tale 4 out the door, which was like apparently like fixed all the issues people had with the original version of Bard's Tale 4. And I played a bit of it, like 3 or 4 hours or so, and I really enjoyed my time with it, which surprised me because I'm not usually huge on first person dungeon crawlers. But like it was a really enjoyable RPG from what I had played.
Dungeon crawlers are a really fun little subgenre. I love them.
Oh, absolutely.
Etrian, wizardry, fucking oh my God, what kind of is it? The Legend of Grimrock?
Yeah, Grimrock. I was about to think of
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, yeah, Grimrock's cool. Didn't they make a sequel to that one? Is that
I,
out?
I want to say yeah, but Grimrock is one of those series that I know of, but I'm not super into.
Hmm.
I want to preface, I guess not preface, I guess like retroactively say, don't worry, Andy, that was just a flub. I didn't drink before the show. For once.
Oh
Be proud of
wow,
me.
I'm
Oh,
proud.
oh wow. Okay. I see, I see.
You can see how it is, my friend.
Yeah, it's okay. I do it to myself.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's been fun though. Like Wasteland 3, I played the first hour and a half of it or so probably, and I played that twice. I played it once co-op with Jordan, which yeah, co-op I don't remember being in Wasteland 2, but it's a really good addition to 3. Um, in the blog post they put out detailing it prior to launch, they said that the co-op in Wasteland 3 would like let you do like certain quests differently if you like split up and went two
Oh
ways
yeah.
and completed both objectives at the same time.
Ooh, that sounds pretty interesting actually.
Yeah.
Instead of being like here's choice A and choice B, it's like what if I just do both because I have that power.
Yeah, so you can like split up and talk to people at different places at the same time and organize quest results and stuff like that. And so it's like it's cool. It's really cool. But like even playing it single player again, of course, like obviously like as a single player RPG, it's a stand out, of course.
Hmm.
But in the first hour of Wasteland 3, just the prologue there, running that with two different character builds resulted into drastically different results. Like, okay, sure, obviously your overall plot stays the same. Yeah, that's how these how these games go. Ugh.
Yep. Yep.
Um, but so many little differences and enough that like I'm sure that there's more than just two ways to do these, of course. There's like all these little routes that like as I look around like area exploration, it's like, wow, that would be different if I ran with a different build. And it's like, yeah, no, it
Hmm.
would. It would be very different.
Yeah, that's like one of the reasons I love Dragon Age Origins so much.
Hmm. I mean, that's
Because
one of the things I like. Oh, go on.
sorry, like you said, like the overall story is the same,
Hmm.
but like depending on like your race and your starting what were they called? Like I forget. Like the starting story. There was like nine or something like that.
Did
I
they
forget.
did they call them Origins?
That yeah, you know what? Maybe they called them fucking Origins. That's why the
I mean,
game's
it's
called
Dragon Age
Origins.
Origins. I mean, it's about your origin story. Come on.
Jesus
If they
fucking
didn't, that's a
Christ.
missed opportunity.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just called Origins. But yeah, depending on your origin, there's a lot of differences and like just the way people would treat you.
Hmm. That was another
And like
thing about the low development time on Dragon Age 2, leaving me really disappointed
yeah,
because it didn't have those.
it didn't, but it did have the lady from the Dalish elf origin be a party member, and I thought that was cool
That was
because
cool.
I am a Dalish elf in all of those games. I just made one in Inquisition, but with a giant fuck off sword instead of a fucking bow because, I gotta be different.
You got to be different.
I have two different colored eyes, and I'm not like other elves. Uh, my name is Kirita because I made a lady.
So you're saying
Original.
if you could be a man that could wield two swords, you'd be Kirito.
Yeah, I would name them Kirito, but like with an E on the end because he has a foot fetish.
I hate you.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
This is
why
the kind of humor you can expect whenever I show up on the show.
this is why I
The not good
commissioned
kind.
this is why I had commissioned Dean to get us this beautiful picture of Scott himself here with his Alan Amarth hat.
Yeah, and my whatever the fuck's on my neck.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I've never given it a name.
yeah,
It's just there,
it's just there.
and it taunts me.
Drakengard 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Buy it, buy it now. I mean, it's on PS3. You'd have to like,
Emulate it.
uh, yeah, you.
It runs at 60 frames per
I
second through
heard,
emulation though, yeah.
yeah.
And that was on like not even like a top of the line card, I don't think. So, yeah.
God, I can't recommend that game to anybody. I cannot. It is
Except you
not.
have.
I know, but I never like recommended it like seriously. It's like really specifically for a couple people.
Hmm.
Me and the other Discord I'm in, basically.
Basically, Yoko
But that's
Taro
it.
fans.
Yeah, Yoko Taro fans. Did you know Yoko Taro follows me on Twitter?
I don't believe you.
He does. Look it up right now. Put it up on fucking stream.
Okay, let
If you
me
can, even
if I
actually.
can, yeah. Can I see check who
Actually,
follows
wait. Why would I
what?
make you do that when I can just go on my Twitter and it would say follows you under his name?
Does
Hold
follow.
on.
Find out who follows whom on Twitter.
Do.
Does
Taro.
what's his Twitter at? Is it just Yoko
It's at Yoko Taro. I can look. It's right here. It says you follow each other.
follow Isolation Blue? Authorized does follow to access your account. No thanks. Can you just
Do
send
you
me a
want me?
screenshot?
Yeah, I'll just screen cap it and like crop it real quick in Paint or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, just
Let's
send me
see.
that. Yeah. While you do that, I'll talk a little more about Wasteland 3.
Yeah, it'll take me like 2 minutes. So go
Okay.
ahead, just do your thing.
Okay. But
Dead air is bad.
the way that like Wasteland 3 can just radically change and this is something that like I love like is Scott was mentioning like about like the Dragon Age Origins has this, but I would also very much say that like the majority of good CRPGs have this. Um it's just the variety, and
Hmm.
it's very heavily replayable, like even from that hour alone. I mean, with the amount of differences there, if the whole game is like that, and I have no reason to believe it's not like that, given that the reviewers who have had this game for weeks and have finished it say that it's top of the line, one of the best of its genre. So I'm sure it's consistent all the way through, which is really good. um it just it just changes a lot. But I mean, in that first hour there were a lot of characters who lived and died very differently throughout that single hour there in the opening prologue.
Sometimes by your own hand.
Sometimes by my own hand, sometimes because I didn't know first aid.
That's some raw shit. You're like looking at this dude and he's like, "Yeah, I'm dying," and you're like, "Man, I don't know how to." You're like looking at a bandage. You're like, "Bro, my skill's not high enough to wrap you. I'm sorry." Like you're gonna have to go.
Well, I ran into that. Mild spoilers, I guess, but it's the prologue, so I'm not that worried. But so when I ran through with Jordan, my character didn't have first aid, and so we came across like a major who was dying at the end of the prologue. And I was like, well, I bet if I replay this with high first aid, because it doesn't say what the option is, it just says first aid requirement not met. I was like, okay, I'll run through this with a high first aid build just so I can find out what it says. And I looked at what it says, and the option was euthanize her. Your options are let her die a painful, slow, horrible death, or euthanize her.
Or do it yourself. That's pretty good. I really want to play it. Just the way you were talking to me, last night, or I guess
Mm-hmm,
this
mm-hmm.
morning, whatever. The day doesn't change till I sleep. But is it on like Game Pass, or do I have to like
It's on
actually
Game Pass. That's how I've been playing it. You think I have
Okay.
$60 to drop on a video game,
Yeah, I
Scott?
didn't see. I didn't want to like say that.
Andy, it's okay. I didn't want to say you were poor.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would feel bad if I insinuated that you were poor. Like, that's
So 1 second. Let me do
I sent
something
I sent
here.
you. I sent you the picture.
Yeah. I want to go. I'm just very, very carefully picking window capture here. Do not make source visible by default. That's what I don't want to click. Okay, good. Because the thing is, when I go to window capture in OBS, there are times where it will jump to like a chat window or something, and it's like
Oh yeah.
yeah, and it's like I would rather not have that up for everybody to see permanently.
Looking at your sex, yeah.
Hmm, that's not the button I
There it
want.
is.
Yeah, there it is. Can I
Look
just
at
like
that. I'm famous. Me and him are best friends.
Scott and Yokotaro are such good friends that they're going to develop a near sequel together.
Yeah.
Near
We
Automata.
talk all the time. In case you didn't notice, he kind of put me in Automata as 9S.
Oh. So yeah, there's your proof, you know.
There's your proof.
Yeah, influential Japanese game developer Scott Finney.
that's that's me.
It's a
I'm I like, sometimes I go hang out with Naoki Yoshida. Um, I sit in on like press conferences and stuff. Like
it's very
I, I
exclusive.
I kind of downplay it in the Discord, but like I'm actually kind of a big deal over in Japan.
Literally
You
big in
you
Japan.
you you might see me on New Japan Pro Wrestling as Hiroshi Tanahashi. I don't want to ask you to pull up a picture of Hiroshi Tanahashi, but like,
I might.
God, I wish that were me.
Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm probably butchering the spelling of it. No, I'm not. I got this name
No, it's
correct.
pretty straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sidetracking us into wrestling already.
And just because of that, Scott, I'm not gonna pull up a picture of this guy
That's
on
okay.
stream.
He's pretty shredded.
I mean, I wish I was Hiroshi Tanahashi now after looking at this. So you know what? In the end of the day, Scott wins.
Yeah,
The house always wins.
the game was rigged from the start.
See, we're topical.
And
We're making references to
topical
Fallout New
video
Vegas.
games,
Video games.
and which is directly influenced by Wasteland. Wow,
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
that.
The original Fallout was a spiritual successor to Wasteland, and it's really funny to me to see people play Wasteland 3, and it's like I'm not blaming them or anything. Because obviously, like, I'm not being like, oh, why aren't you a big dumb nerd like me? That's not the type of person I am. But like, it's very funny to see people be like, huh, this is a lot like Fallout, and it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of wild, isn't it?
yeah, kind of wild. It's kind of like how when Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets came out in theaters in the United States, and people were like, "This is a lot like Star Wars," and it's like, mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
It's almost like
Really, really makes you thunk.
almost like George Lucas ripped off a French comic series in the 1970s. Almost like that happened. But of course, I've
Maybe.
got a nice check here from the Walt Disney Corporation right now that allows me to purchase a $60 video game for once in my life. So, I mean, I'm not gonna insinuate baseless rumors like that.
No,
I would never, ever, ever. Ugh.
no, we don't. We don't deal in rumors here. Just facts, and the facts are that He should probably hit the weights, if I'm being honest.
Get ripped. Fight me in the ring.
Yeah, let's fucking meet me in the squared circle.
Get ready for a throwdown in the mosh pit, brother. Oh,
God. We're
man.
spiraling. This is what happens when we talk.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's fun.
Yeah, right.
It's fun.
As long as you're spiraling into something fun like alcoholism.
This is why I try to bring you on the show, Scott.
I know, right? I kind of just, bam, just one-liners. I'm like, you know that movie The Warriors? I'm kind of like that as a human being in terms of like direction, in that all of my dialogue is just one-liners.
See, I'm a lot like Fight Club in the sense that people only remember one line from me, and that's it.
Um, oh, why did you mention Fight Club? I love that movie, but I hate everyone that loves that movie.
I mean, yeah. Uh, would you happen to know about the website Zero Hedge?
No, actually.
Okay. So Zero Hedge is I'm gonna go out on a ledge and say not a good website. Okay.
Well, now I'm interested.
Okay. So they are owned by a really shady Russian multimillionaire, and
Sorry,
they
is that a picture of Tyler?
yes. Yeah. Every single article on the website is anonymous and published by under the pseudonym of Tyler Durden.
I fucking hate everything about this.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
awful.
Christ.
It's awful. They do nothing
Yeah.
but like post like doomsday stories about the U.S. economy, and it's like, huh, owned by a shady Russian billionaire. All articles posted anonymously.
Anonymously,
Don't worry about it.
you're fine.
I'm not fine.
Until you start calling raccoons Rakins, then we're good. Did you watch Up Trailer Park Boys to hear that?
Raken Guard 3.
Oh no.
Also known in Japan as Raycon Ragoon.
Raycon Ragoon. God damn it.
I'm sorry, Scott, but I'm not.
It's okay. I do it to myself.
Oh,
I set up all the dunks.
yeah.
So I'm not tall enough to make them, but I'm really good at setting them up. 2 more inches. 2 more inches to not be a manlet, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Oh, man. So, yeah, you know, that certainly was 27 minutes of
Right?
conversation.
You were like, let's try to keep it to like 15, right? Because we got like news stories and shit. And we were like, yeah, man,
Yeah,
that
let's do
sounds
that.
totally
Let's do
fine.
that.
And then I was like, did you know that Hiroshi Tanahashi is shredded?
And I was
You
like,
do
oh,
now.
yeah, no, I do. Fun facts on the internet
Yeah.
with Scott and friends.
The only facts that I can just pull up out of nowhere are like wrestling and Drakengard ones. So,
Okay, so who won the New Japan Pro Wrestling match that was held exactly 3 years ago to this day?
well, there was a bunch.
Oh,
Was it like they're one of their opening 6-man tags? Are we talking like mid card, like maybe the IWGP US belt?
yeah, let's
Or
go with
like
that one. The one with too
it
many
was
letters for me.
3 years ago, I want to say it was Juice Robinson, but that's 3 years, so I don't fucking know.
I'm just gonna assume that you're completely correct with what you say,
Maybe.
because also I'm not going to look it up.
Yeah, please don't cross-reference me. I'm like almost assuredly wrong, but his reign as the US champion is the one I remember the most, so it's the first one I think of.
Also, I also forgot all of the letters that you just said for that type of cup, so don't worry about it.
The IWGP
Already
US.
forgot it.
Bro, it's 6 letters.
Already forgot it.
Your name is 6 letters.
Already forgot it.
Oh shit.
What am I? Who am I?
Why are you
Where
here?
am I?
Just to suffer?
This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife, Scott.
Oh, really? That sucks. I could have sworn. Oh, I guess someone's got to do it. Fuck.
Oh, Well, now that we've got 30 minutes of that out of our system, let's move on
Yeah.
to the news.
Whew, to get some actual news rolling,
Yeah,
topics, news.
yeah. This first one here is about a little something something that you might a little something something about. It's the Dragon's
The
Dogma anime series arriving
whew,
September 17th on
September
Netflix.
17th, I will be on holidays ready and waiting to binge watch that, no
Mm.
matter how average it may be.
You have waited
Yeah,
your
I'm
entire
really
life for this moment.
basically my entire life. When I was born, the doctor said my first phrase was "the wind is pushing me," and so ever since then, he took that. Okay, so the story is that happened, right? And then
Hmm.
he took that to a J rock band, and
Hmm.
they were like, "That's a really good line," and they put that in a song, which Capcom then used for Dragon's Dogma. That's the story,
The wind is
verbatim
pushing
pushing
me.
me. God, it's such that it's like okay, so it's funny because it's just a weird J-rock song
Hmm.
for an RPG, but
It's
just the
unironically
way,
good.
yeah, no, it's a good fucking song, and just the way he like enunciates it, I guess, always like
Hmm.
stood out to me, and that's why it is so memorable,
Hmm.
I suppose.
I
But
get that.
yeah, I don't know. I have a thing for vocals, right? But yeah. So the Dragon's Dogma anime got announced. I don't know how long ago was it? Like less than a month, maybe a month. I don't remember.
It was
No,
about a
wait.
month, I think.
I know. Okay, I think it got like announced to be like in the works like a while back, but then like they showed like screenshots of it like a month ago,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would
and
be it.
yeah, and it showed like a picture of the Arisen, Ethan, his pawn Hannah, who like I freaked out about because that is literally the pawn I made the first time I played the fucking game. So I was like, oh my god, like this can't, like this
This is,
isn't a coincidence.
I like to believe this is part of a new Netflix program that they like to call Netflix for One.
Yeah, exactly. The show was made for me and me alone.
And that's
But yeah,
okay.
that's totally fine. But yeah, I'm excited because Dragon's Dogma is a game very near and dear to my heart. I played it like at launch on the 360, um, and put so much fucking time into it. And then Dark Arisen came out, and then I got that and continued to play the shit out of it.
Hmm.
And it's just like a quick. Obviously, most people probably know what the fuck it is by now, but I guess just for posterity, it's this like really weird mishmash of like action RPG with like open world. At night, it can feel like a survival horror game. Like it's this big mishmash of weird fucking ideas that is super fucking good. But
So you're saying it's the Dark Souls of Devil May
it's
Cry?
it's the Dark Souls of Devil May Cry featuring Jill Valentine of the Resident Evil series,
See,
and
we'll make a
it's
journal out
perfect.
of you yet.
Yeah, fuck. I could be a great video game journalist. I have no integrity. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just
you're
kidding. I
not
have a lot of
wrong.
integrity, and that's why I can't be one.
Ugh.
But yeah. So
Also,
they showed the
also, just want
trailer.
to clarify.
Oh,
Just want to clarify. When
what's
I
up?
say
What's up?
you're
What's up?
not wrong, I'm not saying you have no integrity. I'm saying you need no integrity to
Yeah,
make
I
it in
know.
that
No,
world.
I got you. I understand. I know you wouldn't like even dare to badmouth me in my presence because I terrify you. But
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, just fucking look. You saw what I looked like, right?
Yeah.
Fucking. There's a reason I wrestle in Japan. But anyway,
I feel like we need to update the art we show for you on the podcast.
for real, just start using like different Japanese wrestlers each time.
We just gotta get a script that puts a random Japanese wrestler JPEG on the screen.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways,
This
go on.
time, yeah, because I'll just go anyway. So the trailer comes out for Dragon's Dogma, and I think it looks okay
Hmm.
because it's CG, and I know that's kind of like a dirty word or a dirty phrase or the fuck.
Hmm.
Because if you go on their Twitter and look, like 80% of the comments are like, "Oh my God, why is it 3D CG?" And like, there's barely anyone being like, "I can't believe Dragon Dogma's getting an anime. That's crazy." It's all doom and gloom because CG and anime fans have brain rot. But anyway, I'm I'm alienating audiences right now, and you can't fucking stop me. All right.
No, no, this is
But
why I bring you on the show.
yeah, because someone has to have a dissenting opinion.
Right, right.
Um, wake up, sheeple!
Wake up, sheeple!
Ugh. Kill your masters. Anyway, um, so yeah, it's CG. I think it looks fine. Like, I don't think it looks great.
Hmm.
And it's a trailer, right? So they're obviously using like probably their good shots for it. Um,
Probably.
so like it looks fine, but because it's Dragon's Dogma, I'm just like any and all support I can garner for this, I'm gonna do because I really need that fucking sequel. I need that sequel so fucking badly.
You're gonna time
I need
travel.
their
You're gonna first. Okay, Scott.
yeah,
You've got
yeah,
to learn Japanese and then travel back in time to play Dragon's Dogma online.
yes. God, I wanted to play DDO so badly because
Womp
like
womp womp
wah, wah,
womp.
wah. Because I think was I think they like I mean like it's shut down now, but I think before it was shut down, there was like an English like private server, no, not a private server. I think you could there was like a guide to play it in English, but they would still like it was still risky because they would just fucking ban English players.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I never got to play it. I heard it was cool. I heard there was some cool classes in it, like Alchemist, and I think that I haven't even actually looked into them to be honest with you. I should because
I
playing
remember
as a
that
potion
like
slinger sounds fun.
yeah, no, like that's like a really cool RPG class design. And I've said this on a podcast before, and it's like I'm a bit biased towards like combat alchemists because when I was designing a tabletop RPG at one point, and that was like the first class I put together that was like supposed to be kind of unique to me, you know?
Uh-huh.
And every time I see like a potion slinger in combat, I'm like, yeah, this is what I wanted. So it's like, sure, I'm
Boy,
biased to that, but
do I
also
have the
it's cool.
series for you. All right.
It's called a Tellier.
And they're very good and not for weeaboos.
Not for weeaboos, huh? Tell us more, except after the Dragon's Dogma talk.
Yeah. Don't
See,
worry, I'm not
Scott,
actually
Scott, you and I are the kings of topic.
yeah, I love hot topics. Um I can't stop myself. I'm just so funny. Holy shit. But yeah, so anyway, animation looks fine. Like I said, I'm mostly just interested because I want more, any and all Dragon's Dogma related content funneled into my body.
Hmm.
Um, there's a bunch of like little like Easter eggs. I don't know if they're Easter eggs, but like things I noticed because I played so much fucking Dragon's Dogma. I was before playing Dragon Age today. I was playing it because I'm still fucking with different builds and shit. Like there's a
Hmm.
lot of stuff to do. Like oh, maybe I want to play with a party of four sorcerers for once. That's hilarious, by the way, and I recommend it. But yeah, it's wild. But let's see. I made a little like Cliff's notes here so I wouldn't forget because it was like 5:30 in the morning, I think. I was just like going off on our fucking TV channel, like, oh my god, I'm look at all this shit. But okay. So there's a bunch of different classes in Dragon's Dogma. And your pawn in the game, your pawn can only be like a basic or advanced one. So like fighter to warrior, strider to ranger, stuff like that. It
Okay.
can't be any of the hybrids like magic archer or some shit.
Hmm.
So I've watched the trailer. Initially, I go, oh, okay, Hannah is a ranger. That's cool because I made mine a ranger. And then upon watching it again multiple times, she's also like shooting spells. So I feel like she's gonna be a magic archer,
Hmm.
which I think would be really fucking cool because one, you can't do that in the game, right?
Yeah.
And not because of lore reasons, just because optimization.
Hmm.
So that's cool. Um, we don't so because of the story of Dragon's Dogma, and that's like spoilery, I guess. Not really a spoiler. I guess it's like
There's
the
dragons.
dragon. No, the dragon and the arisen are like eternal. There's
Hmm.
always an arisen. There's always a dragon,
Hmm.
or there's always a dragon to make an arisen. So from the screenshots, they're showing a bunch of different stuff. Like early on in the game, you fight a Hydra, and then you see a Hydra in the trailer.
Hmm.
So like that makes me think this is the same cycle from the game, but then there's enough differences that like maybe not because the main character has a wife and kid
Yeah.
who die. Not a spoiler, it's in the trailer. They die when the dragon attacks his house with his home. Which in the first game, the dragon attacks your home, and then you just go to fight it because you're a dipshit and you get your heart ripped out. That's literally it. The dragon lands, and you find like a rusty sword, and you're like, someone's got to try. And he completely fucks you up and rips your heart out. But
Some could call it a sheer heart attack.
I don't like that. I don't like that you made that joke. It was very rigid. It didn't flow. I give it like a 4 as the master of jokes here.
Oh.
Um, okay, I really thought I was setting myself up for a dunk there, and I'm glad you didn't take the bait. Um, But yeah, so we don't know anything about this besides the trailer, right? So I don't know if
Mhm.
it's the same cycle, same characters, but Ethan's wife looks like an NPC named Kina in the original game. So, and later on in the trailer, you see an NPC who's kind of being flirty with I keep saying NPC because I'm thinking of the fucking game. A character who's like kind of being flirty with the Arisen, and there is a traveling merchant in Dragon's Dogma who is flirty,
Hmm.
but like no names have been said, so like we don't know anything at all, and that's why I'm really interested.
The idea of that
Um,
being a continuation of that cycle that you said is a really interesting idea to me. However,
yeah,
I feel like this, not to be too cynical here, that's your
that's
job.
oh, dude, no, dude,
Um,
trust me, like there's so many ways for this to not be good at all.
I
um,
feel as if this doesn't have necessarily the artistry going into it that it's going to be that cycle. I feel like
yeah.
it looks to me like they're doing an adaptation with minor differences, but
Yeah,
also.
that's almost assuredly what it's going to be, right? But I was
Mhm.
just fucking popping off at 5 in the morning, fucking
I mean, well, think about it
off
this
sleep
way.
deprivation.
With the on the 5% chance that it does well,
I would
um,
feel so amazing.
and they do another season of it that goes into a more original story, I feel like they could do that cycle once again.
Hmm.
That would be an interesting idea, actually. Um,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Though I guess my own take on it with regards to it being CG is like I think I'm in the same camp as you. I don't think it looks bad. However, I will say very much that I think the difference between a good 2D anime and a good CG anime is that a good CG anime requires a very different type of director.
Hmm.
Because a 2D director can direct a CG anime, and it can be like the exact same sequences, except look so much clunkier because of how 24 frames per second 3D looks if you're using it to try and animate a character the same way as you would in 2D.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't flow very well. However, there's ways around it if you are used to directing CG. And so I don't know if this has like like a real dedicated like CG focused director or anything of the sort. Like I know Netflix also had invested in or had a part in producing. I know it was an exclusive to them here in the states at least, but Kuro Mukuro, I think I'm saying the name right, which
Sure.
was an anime series with CGI mechs, and it was directed really well. Um, it felt really good to watch, and I didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. I thought it looked pretty good. Um,
Hmm.
Yet at the same time, it's like you really do absolutely need. I don't think it's a coincidence that that looked good. While and I'm not going to say Berserk here because Berserk is an outlier. Like
No.
the Berserk
Holy
adaptation is
shit.
just like butchered on all
It's the
levels.
funniest thing in the
It's
world.
yeah, it's hilarious. Um,
Yeah, that gif of fucking Guts like walking away, but he's just like shimmying side to side
that was
and
so
getting
funny. Like, but like that, people like to like look at CG anime and be like, oh, look at the Berserk adaptation. No, no, no. Don't look at the Berserk adaptation. You could probably look at the Goblin Slayer adaptation. Honestly, that would
Yeah, sure.
that one is
It's I think
like,
that's good.
yeah. I don't think that the CGI. Actually, I think the CGI in that is very bad because I try to animate it like and alongside 2D elements, and that was where that really fell apart for me.
Yeah.
Um, Certainly didn't help that I don't think it adapted stuff because I want to say that like it was based off of the manga instead of the light novel.
It definitely was. Yeah, I read
Mm,
the manga. It's like
mm,
the exact same.
hmm Yeah, I read the manga as well, and though I didn't watch too terribly much of the show, just because like there was one specific scene in the manga I wanted to see adapted, and they did not have the budget to or the
Excuse me. Sorry.
ability with the tools they were using to carry out that same sequence. Which I mean, I get it. Like it's much easier to draw one single image in this incredibly detailed style than to animate an entire, let's say even 10, 20, 30-second sequence of that. It's like, so I get it, but at the same time, I mean, read the manga.
Yeah, please read the manga. That art is incredibly good.
Oh yeah, it looks beautiful, which made the fact that they went CG that with that route um, very very off-putting to me at the time.
Understandable because money.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
heartbreaking because artistry.
Right, right. Though I do feel as if it is possible to have good CG artistry. You were talking to me
Yeah,
about
yeah. Knights of Sidonia.
yeah.
I thought that was a really good show actually.
Hmm.
And like I said, I'm not like a TV aficionado or whatever, but like yeah, like I don't know. I thought it was paced really well. I never the CG, the fact that it was CG never like took me out of it. And I was never like, oh, I wish this was 2D instead,
Hmm.
which I think is like the really important part.
Right, right. I mean, I can also look at like the original Aquarian, though that was a weird case where they tried to make the CG look like it was hand drawn. So it's this weird middle grounds.
Hmm.
Though they didn't try as much with any Aquarian series after that, and it shows. This applies to
Yeah.
more than just them handling the CG.
Hmm. Okay, but
Ah,
just I guess to round it closing because all the other like little tidbits I have are like really hyper specific. So if you haven't played the game, it's like it doesn't fucking mean anything. If I tell you that Ethan uses Full Moon Slash in the trailer, you're just like I don't know what that is. But
wow,
I
that's my favorite anime themed energy drink.
oh my God, yeah. But closing thoughts. I think it'll probably like what you said. It'll probably just be like a retelling of the original story.
Mhm.
Ethan looks like your default Arisen when you make the game. Um, but I'm gonna watch it, and I think anyone who's played Dragon's Dogma, and I mean anyone who's played it probably knows it exists, right? It's kind of a pretty insular community,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like anyone who played it's gonna be watching it. So I guess anyone who listens to this and hasn't played it, play it if you have the time. It goes on sale constantly, but if you don't want to play it, or if you do play it and don't like it, just put the anime on in the background and like just check in every now and then so it doesn't stop you. For me, for your buddy, I really need that sequel.
Scott is going to break into your house and make you watch the Dragon's Dogma anime.
Yeah. Like you don't even like if you can watch an episode and be like, this kind of sucks, just keep playing it. And when it's like, are you still watching? Just say yeah, and then go like listen to a podcast or something. I
Listen
don't
to
care.
us. Listen to
Yeah, just
us.
yeah, 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 listen to us. And just do that for me because I never ask you for anything except like when I need booze money. And so I think you kind of owe this to me for being such a good friend.
See, Scott, it doesn't. Scott is like everybody's friend. You know, there's this like phenomenon
I'm
where people
everybody's
who,
buddy.
yeah, well, there's this phenomenon where people who watch YouTube videos like think they have a friendship with the person on the screen, but in Scott's case, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Scott's your friend. You know, you can ask him for like a blood transfusion or something, and he'll like
Yeah.
get you blood. It might not
And
be
I'll
his.
yeah, it won't be mine, but like I'll help. I'm good. I'm good for it. But yeah, that's it. Like excited for it.
Hmm.
Not too much more to say because we have like a 2 minute trailer. Oh, actually, I was gonna say it does look like it's taking a turn for like the dark and gritty kinda because Ethan has like bloodlust and like I think the
Hmm.
final line in the trailer is like, "Why am I here? How am I still alive?" Because he has no heart. And
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'm kind of with that actually. I know like things being dark and gritty is like the default, but like I'm kind of with it.
Well, I mean, Scott, it is kind of called Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen.
True enough, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if the fucking anime, it's what, 7 episodes? I don't even know. I don't know if they're 7 hour long episodes or like seven 25 minute
I
episodes.
want
I
to
didn't
say that
look.
they're an hour long, but I could be wrong.
I would hope so. So with 7 hours, we might actually see Bitter Black Isle, which is pretty dark, funnily enough. So I don't know. Here's hoping. I hope it's good. I really hope it's
Hmm.
fucking good.
Yeah, so
But
that is, our thoughts on Dragon's Dogma, the anime adaptation, which arrives September 17th on Netflix. Once again, watch it or Scott will hurt you.
or, you know what? I almost said some, and I'm not gonna put that thought in people's heads. Yeah, I'll hurt you. Please watch it.
Okay,
See,
moving
the
on.
thing I wanted to say was more worrying than saying I would hurt someone else.
Well,
Okay.
we can discuss that over the show, or after the show, when the show is over, when this war is over.
when when this
When
this war is
this
ours.
war is over. Okay.
No. All right.
Coming up on next on the topics tonight, up here on the docket, we happen to have a little thing that I
Drum
like to
roll,
refer to
please.
as Summer of Our Discontent, Gamescom Edition. Because, as
Hey,
previously discussed, this
you're all
is.
gamers, right?
Yeah.
Do you like to watch Gamescom? Neither did we, because that shit sucked.
And technically, if we're going to get technical, then sure, Gamescom goes on for a couple of days. But the thing is, opening night live is their big, hyped up. It's European E3.
If you're gonna have your big announcements, that's when it's gonna be.
Right, right, right. And it's not so great this year.
No,
Um,
no, it's really not.
here's the thing. Like, I keep thinking back to one of those early GamerZone episodes when they had canceled E3, and I was like, well, this will mean we'll have news spread out throughout the year. And when I said that, here's the way that I meant that. I meant companies are just going to announce things. I did not think they're going to create 75 different events throughout the year, which Gamescom already existed. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is a lot of the stuff that would be announced at Gamescom is or was announced at another company making their own private event because they can do that now. It's not
Hmm.
just a case of put the press release out, put it on the internet, just let it go wild. No, that can't be it. We have to hype things up for a solid month beforehand, beat the drums every single day and say, well, this is going to be the new best thing. This is going to be the new big thing. This is going to be the new
Hmm.
big thing. Every single day for a solid month till the event arrives, it's nothing. Then you move on to the next event, repeating that same cycle, and I hate it.
Bro, fucking go off, King. Holy shit.
I miss E3, and I hate that I'm saying this. It
God
hurts.
damn, you can't see, but I'm sipping my tea like really hard right now. I've got like my other hand going like, girl, come on, like spill the beans. Let's fucking go.
And so it's
Tell
like,
us how you
okay,
really feel. Tell us how he hurt you, that motherfucker.
okay. Well, for starters, he didn't reveal any Elden Ring info.
I know. That was so oh God, we need it. And
Ugh.
like Jeff was being all coy. There was like a YouTube video where he was like, "Yo, everyone's asking me about Elden Ring, Elden Ring." Like, I don't know, it's good, Elden Ring. And like everyone was like, we see what you're doing there, my friend." No, no, he wasn't. There was just no Elden Ring. He actually didn't know.
Man,
And now nothing matters
nothing really matters to
to you.
me. Ugh. But yeah, no, at Gamescom opening night live, they didn't show too terribly much of anything, I don't think. They showed a 7.5, close to 8 minute actually, closer to 8 minute long World of Warcraft trailer. Now, if you'd said this a decade ago and said 8 minute WoW trailer, people would have been like,
People
wow,
would
it's
go,
WoW!
"Wow." Just 'cause I love that we were thinking the same fucking thing.
It's a pretty easy joke to make,
It's yeah,
so
it's
yeah.
an easy layup. It's like
But
playing basketball with a toddler.
but like World of Warcraft trailers, I guess Shadowlands did have a big CG trailer, so I don't know why they didn't show that one. Um,
Yeah,
because like
I don't know.
normally, like when I think of like World of Warcraft trailers, my mind goes to like Wrath of the Lich King, which
Mhm.
that trailer was really good. That was real good. I liked it. They could have just shown the Wrath of the Lich King's
Yeah, yeah,
trailer, and I
just show
wouldn't
Lich
have
King
complained.
again.
I'm not even a WoW fan. Um,
I'm sure a lot of people would get PTSD because from I think the general consensus is that people didn't like that expansion, but
oh
the trailer
really?
was good.
I hear
Uh,
nothing but
to
people
be
talking about
fair,
the Wrath of the Lich King days when they talk about WoW.
yeah. See, I always hear like, actually, you know what? I didn't play much WoW. I played it when I was really young, so I don't even know what expansion I was playing on. It could have been Lich King,
Mm.
but I always hear
I
about
th-
people talking about like pre Lich King.
hmm.
But I mean, like, Lich King is cool. From what I played, I don't know.
I mean, I just think he looks cool.
I just think liches are good, which is why I'm excited for the next Pathfinder fucking RPG because you
Mm.
can be a lich.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. We're talking about how Gamescom was shitty, not things that are cool. I'm sorry.
But it was a 7.5 minute WoW trailer. That instead of being like your super epic World of Warcraft trailer, instead of that, what it is still images that are painted that they fade between each other. They're not animated. They just fade between keyframes. It
Yeah,
looked horrible.
doesn't that get you excited, gamers?
And it
Aren't you
was
ready
and
to
here's the
do
thing.
some mythic raids?
Here's the thing that really gets me is that like it was not like anything comprehensible to somebody who would not be into WoW or Warcraft lore in general. Because
Yeah.
what it was a 7.5 minute long lore dump. You do not do that.
to
Do
drum up
not
interest
do
in a
that.
new audience.
And it's like,
Like,
okay, I thought it was weird when at Square Enix's E3 show they showed the launch trailer for FF14 Shadowbringers, which the Shadowbringers launch trailer, like it had a couple of moments in it, and it was only like 3 minutes long. It's not 7.5 minutes long. A three
yeah,
minute long trailer that like it was really lore heavy. It had like a really huge reveal for anybody who cares about the story to the game, but it was meaningless if you knew nothing about it. And I thought at the time then I was like, I like this trailer a lot, but I don't know why they showed this here. Even if I'm not into the game, that's only 3 minutes. You know, I
yeah,
feel like 3 minutes is an acceptable trailer length.
yeah, absolutely.
Then the WoW
That's like
trailer.
the sweet spot. I think if you go much further than 3 minutes, it's like okay, like let's go. It's like show me the big things.
Right, so let's do that for 7.5 minutes long.
But you
Ugh.
see, everyone loves World of Warcraft. It's doing better than ever. Everyone's really interested in the lore. Nobody's mad at how the characters have been handled. Um, it's really good. I'm really waiting for this fucking check to clear. Uh, I
Oh
can only
man.
continue this for so long.
Please send help. Yeah, no, it's like that was it's weird. That was the standout moment of the show for me because of how much I hated it.
Because of just how out of touch and fucking bad it was.
Right, it was. I'm not gonna
Because
say it was
like
so bad
like
it's good, but it was so bad it's hilarious.
MMOs in general, I feel, are in this like really fucked up state where they, on one hand, have to appeal to the people that are continuing to pay their subs because that's where
Hmm.
their money is,
Hmm.
but like they also want new people to come in to get more subs. So they like, I don't know, it seems like WoW went all in on like, well, we have our pay piggies, let's make them happy, and literally nobody else. And from what I've heard, their pay piggies aren't even happy, and they still play the fucking game anyway.
I
So
mean, that's okay.
whatever.
That's a huge part of the eventual MMO cycle. You hate your
Yeah.
life, you hate yourself, but the thing is, you hate the video game, so that gives you a release. So you
But
keep paying $15 a month
you've
instead of
put
improving yourself. And this
you've
applies to
put
any
so
of
much
them.
time into it that you need to keep playing it to justify it. All those friends you made online that know you by your character's name will disappear if you stop playing. You can't
Okay,
have
okay.
that now, can you?
You know what? That's a part that does actually mess with me. I'm not going to lie. Like this part of the reason I'm glad we have Discord.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you make friends with someone in an MMO and then like talk to them outside of it, great. But like I don't know, when it's like your only contact with them is in that MMO and then they're like not interested in talking to you outside, then I don't really like I
right,
don't
right.
know.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's weird.
It's a bit of a fucky wucky situation.
Yeah, though I don't think that's part of what keeps most people to WoW anymore. I really do. Like if I'm gonna like avoid like joking or anything and just go out a little more serious about it, I feel like what's probably the case with WoW is that it's in a sense too big to fail. Let's think of it this way. Final Fantasy 11 still brings in I think like well over $1 million a month, multiple millions of dollars a month, I think.
I
It's
don't believe you, but you've never
uh
lied to me before, so I feel like there's some sort of fact to back
I've
this
heard
up
that the
somewhere.
Japanese servers are more populated.
That
Um,
would make sense.
but like even still, like the game still brings in money, and FF11 is nearly 20 years old. WoW is still bringing in quite the audience after I want to say 15 years, or was it '04 instead of '05? Either
Fuck if I
way,
remember.
either way, WoW has been around for quite a while now. Still has a
Yeah.
crazy huge audience. And is genuinely just too big to fail because it's become a household name. And you cannot
Yeah. You
create.
think MMO, you think World of Warcraft, you're
Yeah,
not thinking Black Desert Online, that's for sure.
right, right. And it's like, um, sure, you've got like other popular subscription MMOs, which you've got Elder Scrolls Online, which is now an optional subscription. But if you want to play the game, you really want that subscription, which is I'll that's a tangent. I'll save that for another day. Um, You have FF14, which I mean, I'm biased here. I have like 1,300 hours into that game. I've been
Whew.
playing that for 2.5 years. I enjoy
I
it
got
quite a
out of
bit.
that shit.
Yeah, sorry, Scott.
You're gonna have to drag me back in, kicking and screaming. You're gonna have to pay my sub.
I will. Oh, it's
No, don't. I'm not offering.
I nearly said euthanize instead of tranquilize.
Oh, is not playing FF14 that much of a big fuck up?
No, not really, not right now.
You're gonna euthanize me for not playing it? I don't know. Like I want to. I just don't like have the. I don't know. I just don't
That's
feel
the
any
new
energy
that's
toward
the
it.
new dual system of a Down album. Euthanize and tranquilize.
Euthanize, tranquilize. Yeah. But you see, the funny part is that euthanize will be like the soft one.
But yeah, no, like I feel like as the new expansion gets closer, you'll probably have more content to bring you back in at least.
I want to play the near raid, but like I don't know. I
Mhm.
also I don't know. I just don't want to turn on FF14. Like I can't like put it to words. I just look at it and I go, maybe another day. And then I play fucking Apex Legends because I've lost control of my life. But
Well, I mean, after you spend enough time with a game, like for most games, like 9 out of 10 games that I've played, there's that point where you just have to kind of pull back and stop and be like, that's enough of that.
mhm.
Um,
Those e-brothels are burning a fucking hole in my pocket, let me tell you.
oh boy. Well, World of Warcraft.
Enough visits, and that's not the only thing that's gonna be burning, let me tell you, fellas. That shit gets pretty grimy.
Oh man,
See, this is why we can't make notes and follow them because I think of a thing and now it's out there. It's recorded.
it's out there for the world, eh?
It's out there for the world, eh? Let me tell you.
Well, I think we can go through the rest of these pretty quickly. So it's like if we
Yeah.
just pretend these are random thoughts.
Bring it back real quick. Yeah, Gamescom, kind of shit. All right, next story. Let's
Yeah,
go.
next story. Next
Uh,
story. You know what, Scott? I'll let you take the lead on this one.
oh, okay. So
Because
I
here's the
had
thing. Here's the thing. When I found out about this story by Scott tweeting out the phrase "video games are dead," just play JRPGs from like 2002 or something. I don't know.
yeah, it's like the early '90s, or sorry, from like the '90s to early 2000s, and like that still applies even if you think video games aren't dead, to be honest. But yeah. So I didn't like read that article for the record. I did just retweet it and laugh at it because it was funny.
Hmm.
But the article was saying that that new Marvel's Avengers game has a paid battle pass for every superhero. So if you play Apex Legends or like one of those battle royale games, you're probably more familiar with the concept of a battle pass, and it's got one of those for every character in the game. Because fuck you, we want your money for a long time. We don't want first week sales. We want you to play this game for years and keep giving us money like a good little pay pig. Um,
So speaking of World of Warcraft,
so speaking of World of Warcraft,
see, it
uh,
works. It's like art. We planned this out.
it's fuck. God, but yeah, I don't know. This shit annoys me. As someone as someone who has bought the most recent Apex Legends Battle Pass,
Tell us
this
more,
shit
Scott. Tell us more.
this shit is annoying. Okay, so with at least with Apex, it's like $10, and there I'm good for a whole series or season, whatever, right?
Hmm.
With this, it's every single fucking character. Every single one of them has a battle pass, and it's like, oh, it's cosmetics and shit, which it always is, of course. But like, just the moral behind it, where it's like, it's there so people who aren't paying get paired up with someone who has it and goes, I want that, and then they put the money in.
Did you
But it's like
see
that
that?
for everyone.
Okay, so did you see that Activision had a patent?
Yes, this is
Yeah,
absolutely what I am thinking of,
yeah. So
where
for the
it'll
people,
matchmake you with people who are, yeah, you can probably, yeah, it matchmakes you with people who have like bought microtransactions and
Mhm.
stuff and have the pimped out shit. So like, because especially in Call of Duty, there's kill cams. Someone kills you, and if you're one of those weird people, sociopaths who actually watches kill cams, uh, you will look at that big fancy gun he has and go, oh, I want that. Oh, it's only like $2. Fuck, I can do that. And then you do that 300 times.
Yep, yep,
And that's the whole design philosophy around it, and it sucks.
yeah.
Play
It's.
Xenogears.
Ugh. I feel like this is the best way for you to work in I'm not gonna call it shilling, Scott. I'm gonna call it shilling, Scott.
Yeah, It's fine.
That's what it
I
is. It is
I
what
do
it
it.
is.
I do it to make my shillings, so it's fair.
But
But
yeah, like
yeah, I don't
the
know.
story like past that headline is like still bad though, a little less bad, where it says it has a paid battle pass for every superhero after launch. So like every character from like Hawkeye and later has a paid battle pass. The ones that the game launches with, it says have a free one. Um, but even still, it's like, are they going to add multiple ones down the line? I feel like they probably would, because that would be, it's like, are you just going to stop adding content for Spider-Man? I feel like the answer to that is no.
It better not be. Fuck. Everyone loves Spider-Man.
Which is why he's PlayStation exclusive.
Oh my fuck! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can't play
That's
as him
really
on.
horrible.
Yeah, you can't play as him on PC or Xbox.
Fucking PlayStation exclusive mascot character Spider-Man from the hit video game Spider-Man. That is completely unique to PlayStation and has no grounding in Marvel Comics.
Yep. So it's like that also really stands out to me because I doubt that they're able to make a big Spider-Man integral story in anything like it's feel like an Avengers crossover game. You can't have a big Spider-Man integral story because he has to be exclusive to one platform. Because I want to say, depending on the incarnation of Spider-Man, I still think Sony Pictures holds the rights. It's this really weird situation because I don't
Mm.
think because Marvel didn't fully have the rights back to movie Spider-Man.
Oh, I got it. Just be the Scarlet Spider in the other versions. Are you familiar with the Scarlet Spider?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just be the fucking Scarlet Spider. He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. Oh man, but yeah, it's like it's ridiculous. I feel as if there's a lot of games anymore that and I hate that. I used to hate that image so much. That was like games then, and it shows a Whopper from Burger King, and it's like you really do not want to compare a good video game
Yeah,
to a Whopper.
I'd
Um,
rather get a fucking colonoscopy than a Whopper. Are you kidding?
um, but then it's like games now, and it's like you get the bun. It's like
And then it gives you the lettuce for an extra $2.
right. And I used to hate that image, and I still hate that image because not every game is like that. If you go for like the biggest of the big here's the key: multi-platform AAA games. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
However, I mean, I'm looking at like my Nintendo Switch over here. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's a AAA strategy, turn-based strategy RPG. Sure, that's got some.
Where one of the main characters, Edelgard von Hraesvelg, does nothing wrong.
Yeah, that one. Um, it's like, okay, it's got some DLC where you can buy like new story missions. There's like a couple cosmetic costumes, but it's only like two of them, and I think they're included in the season pass or something.
Yeah.
It's not that much. Um, or I could look over at Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which is like if you want to be a completionist, like 120-hour long game. Um,
Yeah.
there's no DLC for it.
Man, I fucking love Xenoblade. I'm like right near the end. I was actually debating finishing it today, and then for some reason I was like, maybe Dragon Age Inquisition isn't as bad as I remember. So, Jesus
Womp
God, what a
womp
fool I
womp
am.
womp.
Fucking big moron over here.
Yeah, actually, that's it's weird because like that push for games as a service does affect, of course, the big three, but not anywhere near as much as like if you're multi-platform. Because if you're multi-platform, you're not getting that income from the hardware sales. You're not
Yeah.
selling consoles with your game. You're just going to sell the game itself and then make money elsewhere from within that game now because that's how the market goes. And then these same companies that are doing this are going to charge $70 for the next gen version, which is if you are going to charge $70 for the next gen version of a game, then perhaps you can rip a lot of those microtransactions out. I've got nothing against an expansion pass or something like that, or like expansions. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Whoa, remember Lord of Destruction for Diablo 2? That shit was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've got no issue with that. I've got no issue with reasonable DLC. Um, and it's like there's some things that are minor that are whatever. If I'm to be honest here, I don't even necessarily have an issue with horse armor because that is the most minor thing in the world. It's silly. It's silly, but it's not like, oh, this is the end of the video game medium as we know it.
That's literally, it's like the video game equivalent of like that fucking creature coming out of the water to create humans. That's what horse armor was to DLC.
I mean, I guess you could say that it was kind of the
No,
beginning of the end in a
that's
sense, but
it's
like,
not really. I cannot get enough of that fucking meme.
but like, I don't know. I like that. Maybe it's just that I'm desensitized in the sense that I see how much worse things are now. That it's like I don't see that as an outrage. But oh man, like EA Battlefront 2 at launch, at launch.
Whew. Whew, that was a rough one, let me tell you, boys. It sucks. I played the they had like an open beta, I think, and I
Hmm.
played that, and I was like, oh man, like this actually feels really fun. Like the gunplay is pretty solid. And
Hmm.
then at launch, it was like actual factual pay to win, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But you know, I feel like even if Gamescom is what I would say part of our summer of discontent, and Avengers is also part of our summer of discontent. This is the GamerZone brand E3 replacement, the summer of discontent.
The summer of discontent.
Um, even if there's still some cool stuff going on that's tangentially Gamescom related outside of the show itself, um, because either companies just coincidentally announced this stuff at the same time as Gamescom in the case of some Japanese developers, or some companies decided to announce localization stuff at Gamescom or show off trailers at Gamescom, that were not necessarily all at the main show or were right before at the pre-show that Jeff Keighley was running, or just show it afterwards on their own as part of the air quotes show, as in a sense that this would be on the show floor if there was one.
Hmm.
Um, like Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories release date announcement trailer, which showed that the game is coming out on November 11th in Japan and November 13th in the West, and that Kyrie's the protagonist, which I think was a detail we knew
Woo!
before, but also the only new story content seems to be Kyrie's story, which I'm interested, though it's also
God,
kind of.
please do something with Kyrie.
I think it's also really funny to me that the only one chance for her to get character development is going to be locked away in the rhythm game spinoff.
Bro, what do you mean? She's like an expert Keyblade wielder. Didn't you see how fucking crazy strong she was in 3?
Yeah, and I'm the Queen of
Andy?
England.
Andy, where'd you go? Kyrie's a really good character, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts. Ooh.
God. But yeah, Melody of Memory looks cool. I love rhythm games.
Hmm.
I put like way too much fucking time into them as a whole. So I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts. I almost said memory game because I can't speak.
Chain of Memories.
Rhythm game. Yeah, God. But
Kingdom Hearts is an easy to understand franchise, guys. Also, I'm a
yeah,
multimillionaire.
yeah, exactly. Fucking. Also, Jeff Bezos definitely needs that much money.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I
yeah,
need that much money
just
for sure.
yeah, not for sure, but
But I think it looks like fun. They showed off a couple
yeah,
different stage types in the trailer. They've got like these ones where you're just kind of floating around, hitting beats at the same time, as they show up on the screen there. Just kind of drifting through memories, which didn't seem
yeah.
that interesting to me personally, but to each their own. What really stood out to me was the actual Sora and the gang running on the ground. Um,
Yeah,
and
and
it.
it's not just Thor in the gang. You can be like, Terra, Ventus, Aqua, and all that
Mhm,
too.
mhm. Which is cool.
Yeah.
Apparently, I want to say that they showed off playable 358 Days Over 2, and I hate that I know how to say that name, cast in there playing songs from their game, which is cool.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like you're actually like running on a stage, hitting these beats like they're enemies in Kingdom Hearts. In some cases, they show up as enemies from Kingdom Hearts, which is really cool.
Hmm.
It and the layout of the stage is funny to me because it almost reminds me of like the Rock Band game on the PlayStation Portable.
I didn't
I think it was.
I
I think
didn't
it
even
was.
know there was one.
Yeah, it was shockingly good. You could not connect instruments to it.
Yeah, I bet.
It was still very fun though. I liked it. Um, It reminded me a bit of that. Then there's the actual boss fights, which I mean, imagine at least I don't know if it's any different for the other boss fights, but for the one they showed off in the trailer, it was like the on-ground stage, except going in a circle. I'll take it.
Sure, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
Honestly, like it's pretty hard to make a bad rhythm game, and
it's
like really it relies on the music, and Kingdom Hearts has really fucking good music.
right. And they said
So
there's over 140 tracks in there. And that's substantial. I'll take that.
yeah,
It's better than some other like indie rhythm games that I've played, where it's like they really do live or die on the soundtrack.
hmm
Which reminds me, this is just tangentially related, but I forget if you've played
sure,
a Theatrhythm. I think that's how you say the name.
yeah. I that's how I always said it. I don't actually know, but yeah, I play the shit out of those.
Hmm.
So
I
fun.
never actually played those. I've been kind of considering if I can find it for
They're really
cheap.
fun. It's a really good mix of the rhythm game and like RPG
That's cool.
because your party members level up and like get skills and all that
Ooh,
stuff too. So like it does
that
play like a really good hybrid of RPG and rhythm.
that makes that immensely more interesting to me. I'm gonna have to put that one on the list.
Yeah, where it's like I think it's been a while since I played Curtain Call, but I think I forget my whole party, but I know I used Pain from 10-2 in it, which I know is actually no, it's not even off-brand. Pain is like an angry goth chick. Why would I not?
That is
But
she. I mean, I since the moment I saw her, I was like, this is the most one of the most Scott Final Fantasy characters, up there with Lulu.
yeah, yeah. Look, man, we gotta have a different discussion later. But I think Pain kind of plays like a Dark Knight in that like when you miss notes, you take more damage, but you get more points by hitting the notes properly. I think
That's
they
really
kind of like
cool.
tie stuff in like that. Yeah, no, they're insanely fucking good. And with the DLC tracks and stuff, you can get songs from Nier and like other Square Enix games.
Man, that's really neat. I never knew about
I
that.
forget all of the Nier songs that are in it, but I know they have like Kaine. Like, they have a couple versions of Kaine in there, and then like Song of the Ancients, obviously, and then they have all of the big Final Fantasy songs, of course.
That's real good.
It's really fun. It's a really fucking good game.
Hmm. So some of the other announcements we've got here, real quick, from the show, or not from the show, from the time surrounding the show. We've mentioned Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. Whoo, that's a title on the show a couple of times before. Our show, not theirs.
Yeah, I mean all shows are ours.
Jeff, call me.
Please, like,
I'm begging
please.
you. I'm begging you.
This can't just be a one-time thing, Jeff.
Yeah.
But
Bezos or
yeah.
Keeley.
I didn't know what we were talking about. I kind of like, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, so Werewolf the Apocalypse, we really don't know much except this trailer and that it exists and that the release date is, oh my God, where the fuck? February
Uh,
4th, 2021.
for
Um,
PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and the Epic Games Store.
yes, sir. So yeah, I don't really know much about it, and no, neither does anybody, because the trailer is basically just the character getting his ass kicked, and then he turns into a werewolf. That's it.
It's
That's the
just like
trailer.
Twilight. But they've shown off a little gameplay of it before that we've
Oh, did
discussed.
they?
Yeah, we discussed it on a
Shit.
couple of the weeks where you weren't here, sadly.
Of course.
It
Fuck, I didn't
is
see anything.
it's a Eurojank action RPG, it
Yeah,
seems.
because these are the guys who made Styx, I believe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Styx is like a
Cyanide.
yeah, and Styx is a Eurojank stealth game. And
Hmm.
we say Eurojank lovingly,
Right, right.
not racially.
I mean, European isn't a race.
No, but like putting it together with jank.
Oh, oh.
I have had people like, bro, and I'm like, dude, come on, like what? That's what I mean.
Yeah,
But
I'm not sure I've ever really seen Eurojank said in like a super derogatory way. It's usually got this loving
yeah,
of, it's kind of a mess, but you know what? It's
no, that's
lovable in an
the
Eastern
thing. It never
European kind of
is. I
way.
literally was like a one-time thing where I said it, and someone thought I was insinuating that European games are bad, and I was like,
Well,
no.
Scott, have you heard of The Witcher?
Yeah, I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but yeah. So Werewolf the Apocalypse could be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited.
I think I'll pick it up for $13 or less.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get it on sale. Fucking, because I think World of Darkness stuff is really cool,
Right,
but
right. I love World of Darkness. Shame about the track record of some of their video game adaptations.
yeah,
Still reeling from
yeah.
Bloodlines 2 getting delayed 75 times.
Fuck, man.
And they fired the writers and stuff, and it's like now I get to worrying.
Yeah, absolutely. I
What could have
am
been?
not. I mean, we always have the first one, I guess,
Yeah,
but
and it will not boot up properly in 3 years. They're gonna update
shut
Windows.
up. Don't
They're
be
gonna
an
update. They're
asshole.
gonna update Windows, and we won't have the first game anymore, Scott. This is the
Don't take
hell I
this
am
from me.
cursed to live in.
Don't take this from me.
Too late.
No, it's not because it's on my fucking desktop right now. I can look at it. I
The
can
cl-
start it.
the clock's ticking, Scotty boy.
And
Oh.
all things will end, like my favorite song by Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh. Then we
But
gotta,
yeah,
yeah,
it's interesting
yeah,
enough. Werewolves are cool, and that's the extent of my thoughts on it.
yeah. Werewolves are cool. Europeans are cool.
Team Jacob. Andy, I swear to God, if you say Edward, I'll kill you.
No, I was gonna say Jacob, but with a K because he's from Europe.
Nice.
Nice. Anyways, NISA, which is NIS America, I think that's how you say that, has announced that Yeast, yeah, a lot of words here today. Yeast 9, Monstrum
Yeast
Nox.
X.
I hate you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeast 9 Monstrum Nox. It will launch February 2nd in North America, February 5th in Europe, and February 12th in Oceania for PlayStation 4. And then the Nintendo Switch and PC versions will follow in summer 2021. Cool series. I'm a pretty solid fan of it.
Right, right.
So Monster Nox looked pretty cool. I know some people are pretty iffy about the whole like Ys games with party members. Those people are what I like to call wrong. And so this one, I don't know. It looks you know what? I didn't actually play Lacrimosa. That's the newest one, right?
Yeah, I haven't played that
Eight.
one. I played
Yeah, I
actually I
didn't
played a
play that
demo of
one
that.
yet.
I played a demo of that on
Um,
PSN, and I really enjoyed what I played.
so I remember when
Um,
it came out, people were saying like the translation was like really bad,
mhm,
and
mhm.
you
They
know,
fixed it though.
yeah. So they fixed it, which is why I've been thinking about getting around to it. But the ones I have played, I've enjoyed all of them,
Oh yeah.
uh, including Memories of Salsetta, which had a party, which I thought was really good.
Hmm.
So Monstrum Nox has a party, looks good. Um,
I think my favorite
definitely
Yeast
on my
game.
radar.
Yeah, I think my favorite Yeast game which it was also the one that got me into the series. I think it was Yeast Zero. Um,
Okay, yeah.
and it's like that was a really really good and enjoyable one, and I really do want to check out the rest of the series. I know that like there was a point in time where because of haha funny YouTube reviewer man, there was a point where like the earlier Yeast games with bump and go combat, which is still the funniest term in the world to me, got a bit of a bad rep around
Yeah.
some circles. But like even still, those seem like they're well written enough that I can probably enjoy them. I think the first one actually got like an Android port, so I should probably check that out sometime because like I don't know, I feel like with bump and go combat, that's not going to be hard to control in a phone. I don't think
No.
by any stretch of the means. Um, so like it's an enjoyable enough series from what I've played. And the thing about Monster Nox that interests me is that like with what I've played of 7 and what I've played of the ones before with 0, and I want to say there was another one that played like 0 that I had played, but very little of it. If maybe you'll remember what that one is.
Bold of you to assume I remember things.
If I say
What
Dragon's Dogma, you can snap back to
what did
reality.
what did you play it on?
I'm gonna say PC.
On PC? Okay, then that's most of them.
Yeah, that's most of them.
Because like,
So,
well, no, I was because you couldn't think of the name, and I was like, oh, maybe it was Sosetta, but never mind.
hmm.
I still remember the
I'll
most
just
because
I'll
that
just
was my
have to
first one.
I'll just have to buy all of them and find out.
It's
Oh,
a safe investment.
yeah. I mean, we probably have a Steam sale around the corner.
Hmm.
You can only hope. But Monster Nox, though, like getting back to what I was saying there, that looked very much like a departure from the other games. It looked like they were putting like a huge amount of effort into, not necessarily modernizing, but expanding. I think expanding is the word.
Hmm.
Um, like I saw a lot of early gameplay of it, and it's still a Falcom title. They still have a Falcom budget. Falcom.
Falcon budget.
Yeah, they still have that. Yeah.
That's what you were gonna say
Ugh.
before you caught yourself. Don't worry, man. I got you covered.
Thank you, Scott. They still definitely appear to have that in play, which is, I mean, it is what it is. I feel like it will be 20 years from now, and will still be developing games that look like they belong on the PlayStation Vita. Um, yeah, that's just what some developers are cursed to.
Yeah.
And
Hey
it's
man, at least Gust is kind of getting a budget now.
yeah, I did notice that. What was it? Ryza 2?
Rise of 2, baby.
Yeah, and didn't they hint at? I want to say that somebody said that they were either hinting at a new Artanelico or a remaster or something.
I could not confirm or deny that. I don't remember.
Okay, okay,
It'd be cool, but
yeah,
to be honest, I don't really see Artanelico making a very big comeback.
yeah.
Just well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe who knows with that Ryza money? Am I right?
I mean, yeah,
Fucking
like
Ryza did so good for them. Holy shit.
right. It got it.
But
It
for
put. I
reasons
want
that
to.
are obvious.
Yeah,
But
I want. Yeah, the two reasons that are obvious definitely put them on the map for a lot of how do I put this? Weeaboos.
yeah, for people that aren't me.
Yeah,
um,
definitely
I think
not
the
you.
last Artanelico game, or like I say Artanelico game because it's in the same kind of like franchise, but it's like our No Surge.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think our No Surge did very well.
No,
Um,
no.
and I mean that like I think in Japan and North America, it did especially not well in North America because what was it? Our No Surge.
PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, it was like it relied on a bunch of knowledge from another our No Surge game that was Japan only on the Vita. I'm pretty sure.
Vita
So
means
if you
life,
played that,
Scott.
what? Yeah, it's the best console, handheld system,
It plays video
instrument,
games.
device. But yeah, so it required a bunch of like knowledge of that, which you could go find. So I'm pretty sure someone put out like a really comprehensive guide, um, and like translated it. But like your average person, well, actually, your average person isn't gonna buy fucking Arno Surge, so
Your
maybe.
average person is
But
also didn't buy a PlayStation Vita, so
true. I mean, it was on PS3.
it was. Oh, really? I was
Yeah,
thinking of maybe I am thinking of the exclusive Vita one then.
it
I
was.
thought No Surge was
It was on PS3 and Vita because I know
Oh,
I had it
okay.
on my
Okay.
PS3.
Okay. Huh. But yeah, no,
But
I would
yeah,
like I thought that there was something that was being spread around, the usual circles or something along the lines of because they were remastering the Dusk trilogy for Atelier.
yeah,
That they were
fucking
apparently planning to expand that to more of their back catalog. Um, which I hope that happens. They make a lot of really cool games that I would like to not emulate.
yeah. The Dusk trilogy is hella good too, and it's a really good starting point for Atelier. So there you go. All
Mm-hmm.
right, Gus, waiting for that check.
It's not coming.
Yeah, I know they got to use all that Rise of Thigh money somewhere else.
Uh, then I guess the final part of the little video game news we got going here is that Sega has announced a mysterious new project currently titled Project Black, and that's an acronym, uh, to be revealed next week on September 2nd in Japan. All that's up at the moment is a teaser site introducing 3 characters and a music video. And it appears to be related to Sakura Wars because it was trademarked back in, I want to say April or so, alongside a batch of other Sakura Wars related trademarks in Japan. So let's see what this is.
Might be cool,
Probably a mobile game.
might not be cool.
I feel like I
Mobile
need to.
games are bad, and you shouldn't play them.
I've got my
I'm
eye
not
on you.
sweating.
I've got my eye on you, Scott.
I don't play any mobile games.
The camera just zooms in. You're sweatier than ever.
Fuck, man, it's hot here. I want winter to fucking come.
Thermometer just shows up on screen. It's
And then it breaks comically and it plays a little noise.
yeah, yeah. See, that's what we'd do if we had like one of those FM radio soundboards. Every single
Yeah.
talk show host on FM radio has like a selection of goofy sounds that you get sick of hearing very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just got to get a collection of those for these moments. You're gonna have production value. But yeah, yeah. I did have a final note um, in our show notes for the night where I was like, this is the part where we talk about the Deer Hunter Act 2, the meaning of, and all things regarding misleading.
Misleading.
However, we are a half hour over our show
Hell
time.
yes. because we're just freewheeling like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, that's not a Deer Hunter song, Scott. You're going
No,
off
it's not.
script.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we weren't gonna do it because we've been going over so long.
I mean, I guess if you want to be that way, I guess if you want to be that way.
No, I thought that's what you were saying because you were the one pointing out that we went over time.
I mean, maybe that was what I was saying. Maybe it wasn't. You'll never know.
Yeah, because you contain multitudes. That's the first song on Bob Dylan's new album. I've been making Bob Dylan references a lot lately.
This is the end
I
of the
mean, like,
podcast where Scott rebels during the Deer Hunter segment by just talking about Bob Dylan for half an hour.
I'm just saying. You ever listen to Desolation Row? I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about the Deer Hunter?
I don't know if I have it in me. Right.
Okay, then we can save that because it sounds like you're. I'm not even being funny right now, and you're like choking. So we can. I don't know. We can put that off then for like maybe a show that's about music.
Yeah, probably, yeah. It's crazy. It's almost as if we were thinking about doing one of those. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's almost like that's something that's in the pipes.
It's in the pipes.
Five
That's
bucks
it.
a gram.
That's the show. That's the show.
That's a show. The end. Screen
Bum,
goes
bada, bum,
black.
bum.
Dude, dude.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you
Um,
all enjoy the rest of your week.
I guess to bring it all back in one grand sweeping finale, watch Dragon's Dogma, or I will feel very emotionally vulnerable.
Hmm.
Um, Gamescom not good.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Adventure's bad.
yeah. Jeff Bezos bad. Um,
Mm.
hmm. Yeah, no, I think that's the extent of our podcast. I think that's all we really covered today.
Yeah, yeah.
All the important
Yeah,
parts.
all the important parts. I do want to just note one more important part. Scott, the check cleared. Jeff Bezos, good.
Oh, Jeff Bezos good. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Jeff
Actually,
Bezos, good.
lovely
Just
man.
yeah, lovely
Treats
man.
his employees with respect.
Absolutely.
Um,
He didn't
not
kill
deplorable.
he didn't kill a woman behind an Arby's in 1965.
No, not once.
I mean, yeah. That's okay.
What a
Go
what a
home.
closing statement.
Go home. That's it. Show's over. Ladies
Have a
and
good night,
gentlemen,
everyone.
have a good evening. And
Take
now
care of
for
each
real.
other.
Ba ba da ba bum.